Hey guys, Josh with Off-Road Dad Life. Going to show you something I just ran across for removing trail pinstripes. I'm out here with my Overland Vehicle Systems topper on the Gladiator. I picked this up really cheap because it is just completely pinstriped. It it looks worse in real life than it does here on camera, but I'm kind of getting an idea of showing you what it looks like with these pinstripes all over it. Picked it up pretty cheap, and I knew that I would need to either paint it or Raptor line it. I was sitting at my reloading bench trying to decide which one I was going to do when I looked over on my bench and noticed that I have these krazykloths. I use these krazykloths for cleaning small batches of brass before I load them at my loading bench, and they will take carbon off a piece of brass and shine it up really fast. These came out like in the 90s, one of those TV infomercial things, but they actually work. And I thought, what the heck, let me go try this out here on the topper. So 2 days ago I did a test where this was completely scratched up, and it took 80% of the scratches out. And I left it on there for about 2 days. I didn't have any weird discoloration or anything. So this morning, hopefully you can see, I went right down the middle of the topper and went to the right. And to the right, you can see about 80% of the scratches are gone. And to the left, we have these heavy scratches. And the sun's kind of on here and messing things up. But yeah, it is removing so much of the scratches that I don't think I'm going to have to line it. You just take it here and buff it. You just start working at it, and the scratches that are left are so subdued that I don't think I'm going to have to line this thing. Take a look here. I put a link in the description, but every time I do a link, I get tagged by YouTube because they say I'm sending people to a malicious site, and I can't argue that Amazon's not malicious, but that's not my intent. It's krazykloth. If I recall, it's with 2 Ks. I'm gonna just kind of work on this, but I mean, as you can see, the light's kind of messing things up. They're working their way out. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue buffing on this with the krazykloth, and then we'll take a look at it here in a minute and see how it looks. Even, the scratches are still there, but they're so subdued, I don't think I want to have it lined. So I'm pretty jazzed about this. So let me work on it, and then we'll come back later. See ya. Alright, I'm over on the other side. The sun's not so bad. You can see the scratches. You just kind of just work it in here. Look at that. I think these things are like $3 a pop. I've had them sitting on my bench forever. They advertise that the more you use them, the better they work. I would agree with that until you hit a certain point where you end up just wearing the cloth away and it becomes full of holes. But I think in the camera you can see where I've buffed and where I haven't. This heavy one will take some work, but again, it's really taken a lot out. Alright, let me get finished up here. So I just worked for about 20 minutes with that krazykloth on the camper, and I gave $1,200 for this thing because it was so scratched up. With all the accessories it has, it's worth over $3,000 new. And I just took a krazykloth that was like $3 when I bought it a couple years ago. Maybe they're $5 now on Amazon. I'm not sure. I just rubbed it down with that krazykloth, and while the scratches are still there, the ones that you can see are so subdued, I'm just going to leave it alone and let it roll the way it is. So anyway, your mileage may vary. No promises on anything as far as finishes or your results, but it's worth buying one of these cheap rags just to clean stuff up here. So it's Josh Off-Road Dad Life, and you guys be good. I'll see you on the trails.